Okay, this is going to be a demonstration of something that I have been working on in Top Secret for a little while now. The basic nucleus of this idea is a tool to help people who want to create and deploy Prepop campaigns. You may know, of course, that I wrote the Prepop report, Prepop Profits, a couple of years ago now, and kind of revealed this whole method of using Prepop to increase your results from CPA offers. And I've had a lot of people successfully implement the technique and have great results with it, but I still get emails today from people who are just stuck. They have a hard time getting the landing pages set up right, or passing the correct sub-IDs between pages, or tracking at the networks, or what have you. And so I really wanted to do something to try to just make it a lot easier for people to get these kinds of campaigns built and deployed. But that was only part of what I wanted to do. As you're going to see, I'm going to show you a little bit of this, not the whole thing. Nobody has seen this. This is truly a world first. Absolutely no one except for myself and the programmer who's working on this with me have actually seen this, what I'm about to show you. So then let's just start with this page. This is a pretty typical, I think, Prepop landing page. Basic layout structure is somebody else was running a page similar to this, so I just grabbed this page and kind of reworked it a little bit, moved some elements around and changed some stuff up, changed all the text, added this little scrolly text bit and what have you. But the basic idea, pretty straightforward, I'm sure, to anybody who's ever done this before. Somebody comes to your landing page and they say, oh, wow, this looks good. Let's go, I'll go ahead and fill this out. And so they enter their email address and they hit submit. And they are taken to a CPA offer. And of course their email address is pre-populated, and that's all well and good, interesting. But if they hit continue here, then I will get a lead and I would get paid. And if they don't, then I don't. Now, what generally happens is when they hit continue, they are sent into the advertiser's funnel, and that's it. They're gone. They're out of your hands, and you will never, you'll never basically hear from them again. So what typically happens is advertisers put them through what are known as co-reg paths, and that is basically a whole list of offers. You probably know how this works if you've ever done these before, where if people jump through all the different hoops and they do enough things, and in fact it's all sort of spelled out here in fine print, but if they jump through everything, then they get, prizes, what have you. But basically what these advertisers are doing is running them through other offers, and it's known as the co-reg path, and it's a whole pre-structured path of offers that these people have to go through. But in this case, I'm going to show you a little bit of top secret black magic here. I'm going to go ahead and click continue, give myself a bogus lead with an email address of demo@demo.com. I'm sure I won't get paid. And now I've ended up at another CPA offer, and the email address is pre-popped again. Okay, well, then I guess I can just hit continue again. Now, do you notice what just happened here? The person submitted on the first page, and I then let them submit and then redirected them to another page. Now, I'm not going to dwell on this because I didn't really want this to be the focus of this video, but just let that sink in, and those who recognize what just happened will recognize it and find it very interesting, I'm sure. Now, here's the other part of the equation that I want to show you, and that is the reporting. Now, this is WordPress. This is a WordPress plugin, what I'm developing here, and it's actually my first WordPress plugin, and I'm extremely excited about the fact that I'm developing for WordPress now. It's very, very cool. But basically, here is the campaigns page. I'm not going to show you everything because I'm not ready to show everything yet, but I'm just going to show you some of the basic stuff. Here's a bunch of campaigns that I have set up, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the reporting page. And as you can see here, we've got some reports, basically. We've got landing page hits, and so these are actual hits to my initial landing page. And you can see for those that went ahead and filled it out, we have marked them as, there's an opt-in, and we have the email address of who opted in and the IP address that they opted in from, and it's just a lot of test data. Mostly this is my test account. And then we have actual hits to our offers and which ones converted to leads. Now, I want to point something out here. I do not have a pixel placed on any of those pages. There are no tracking pixels involved at all. I also have not gone to the networks and pulled any data. I have not done anything except I have found a way to tell when this button is clicked. So without having to get the advertiser or the affiliate network to place anything, I can detect that click. When that click happens, I immediately fire a lead event and the lead is tracked. So you have concrete data on the exact time and date that that button was clicked. Not only that, but you know who clicked it, what IP address they clicked from, and if applicable, what the refer was up here on the landing page or in the specific offer that they clicked to. And of course, if you're using that little redirection trick that I showed, it's possible that the same person could come through multiple times and multiple different offers. So you have instantaneous, real-time, real tracking of your leads. Now, like any tracking system, there's the potential for false positives, and of course, always the potential for something to not get tracked. But in general, it should be pretty accurate. And what this gives you is a concrete report. You can go back to the network if need be. Let's say that you run a Prepop campaign for a couple of days or a week or however long you run it. And you, on your system, you show that you should have had 150 leads. But in the network stats, you only got 20. Well, something's wrong. And I think that we affiliates have a right to go to the network and say, all right, look, I know that I actually got 150 submissions. Why is your system only crediting me with 20 leads? I want an explanation. Now, don't get me wrong, there are legitimate explanations for why that could happen. For example, let's say that all these offers I've chosen in this particular campaign are from the same advertiser. They happen to all be the same advertiser. Different offers, but they're the same advertiser behind the offers. And let's say that one person goes through 5 of their offers. Well, the fact of the matter is they're only going to pay me once on that lead. And that's known as scrubbing. And that's the legitimate reason for scrubbing. Of course, I mean, if I'm an advertiser and I'm paying somebody to bring me leads, I don't want to pay them on the same lead more than once. So I'm okay with that. But that's not always the answer. And sometimes networks don't have a real good answer. And you get a bad feeling when they don't know or they give weird, vague answers like, oh, Pixel didn't fire, or, whatever. If they're just not able to give you a concrete answer, then you might really kind of question that network and what they're doing. Because there definitely are cases where you can have illegitimate scrubbing going on. It absolutely happens. And now you've got a weapon against it. You can take this report and go to them and say, look, these are the email addresses that submitted. These are the IPs they submitted from, and these are the times that they submitted. Okay, don't tell me that these people didn't submit. Here they are. I could email them myself if I wanted to. I mean, you can contact them. I have their addresses. I know exactly who they are. So you can force an answer, basically. Now, I actually spoke to somebody at a CPA network when I was working on this, and I didn't show him anything, but I just said, hey, you know what? I have a way to detect submission of a lead form without having to have anything placed. I can actually detect when the button is clicked and record that data and generate a report of every real submission. And, what do you think about that? And, on the one hand, he thought it was very interesting and very cool and very exciting for affiliates. But on the other hand, as somebody at a CPA network, his exact words were, this could open up a can of worms. Because basically it's showing you what the networks, a lot of the time, don't want you to know. They don't want you to have the scrub rates. They don't want you to know that although you generated 100 leads, they only paid you for 30. They don't want you to see that kind of stuff. So, I think you have a right to see it, and I think they have an obligation to be able to answer you if you've got a big discrepancy. I think they've got an obligation to be able to give you a genuine, honest answer as to what's going on. And there's been no way to do that up until now. So that is the glimpse of the reporting section. There's more to this whole thing than that, but that's all I'm going to show right now. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen, and I can't wait to show you the rest of it. Talk to you later.